Just rain down on me with that HODPRIL strategy. Just rain on me.
All right, today we're going to talk about the HODPRIL strategy, which is similar to April, which is when showers happen and rain happens. And that's the best connection I could come up with. I'm sorry, guys. This takes a lot of brain power for me to think about. It is what it is. What's going on, guys? My name is 𝘰𝘰𝘯𝘵. You are now watching the greatest channel that has ever existed, and I thank you for being here with me. So before I move on, I would like to thank YouTube, and especially I would like to thank the 𝘰𝘰𝘯𝘵 community for allowing me to have, how many is it now? 645 subscribers. And because of that, YouTube gave me the ability to have a community tab that allows me to interact with you guys without having to make new videos. I can send out polls, I can send out images, I can send out different aspects. So what I did was I made a poll and I asked, oh snap, YouTube gave me the ability to share community posts, blah, 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 what I just said. What should my next video be about? And you guys responded amazingly well. 86 people voted and people are still voting, 5 likes. So if you notice, my last video was about the HEX day 1, day 2 strategy. That's why I released it first, because it's 59%. The liquid loans haunted strategy, that was my last video that I just did. You can look up there to see it. And then finally, the last one is called the fee benefits of buying liquid loans. That's my next video that I'm going to do. I wanted to do the haunted strategy next. And that's what this video is going to be about. Okay. So before we get into the details of the before we get into the details of the HODPRIL strategy, not the haunted strategy, the HODPRIL strategy, we're going to look at some comments. I'm going to just rush through them really quick. I want to thank you guys first for all that stuff. The first one is from Paul's Outback Garden, Australia. He says, so if I buy some 1 month later and spend $4,000, I become a millionaire in 2 years. WTF? And he's talking about PulseChain. Yes. If you spend $4,000 the moment PulseChain is released, you'll have $1.32 million in 2 years, according to my strategy. Look up here for the video. Just my prediction though, crypto is absolutely amazing. And I know it sounds crazy to hear that $4,000 can make you a millionaire in 2 years, but it has happened many, many times. If you did the same thing with HEX, you would have like, what is it? $40 million. If you put $4,000, you would have $40 million. So doing 1.32 million with PulseChain is very easy. Next we have, he says, Paul also says, glad you're rich, bro. I'm still in debt and working 7 days. I am FUCK. And me personally, yes, I'm rich, whatever, but I'm only rich on paper. I'm actually not rich right now. I still have to pay my mortgage. It cost $1 bazillion. It's still making me so angry. Shout out to being a software developer. That's where I get my money from. Okay, this is a long comment. Hi, Benito. I agree with your price predictions for Pulse and PulseX. My focus is on PulseX and liquid loans. Just like me, I have those same coins that I'm going to buy. Not interested in HEX because once you stake, you have no flexibility. Can I suggest that you want to go down HEX path? You buy and stake your HEX 15 years stakes via 𝘰𝘰𝘯𝘺. Made a video about that. Then borrow against them and use that money to buy more Pulse. To get the best out of this, buy 𝘰𝘰𝘯𝘺 now while it's cheap, and you'll get a copy of PulseChain for free and use that 𝘰𝘰𝘯𝘺 to pay back your loan. Okay, so he's saying that buy 𝘰𝘰𝘯𝘺 right now and you get a free copy of 𝘰𝘰𝘯𝘺 on the PulseChain. But I'm not really sure I'm going to buy 𝘰𝘰𝘯𝘺 because 𝘰𝘰𝘯𝘺 was really, really high, and then it went down like 80% in the first week. I'm sure it's going to go back up, but I'm not really too sure about 𝘰𝘰𝘯𝘺, but let's read. 𝘰𝘰𝘯𝘺 price will skyrocket when Pulse goes live because everyone will stake their PHEX. Get as much Pulse as possible as early as possible. Good luck, brother. 2 more weeks. Yes, 2 more weeks, winky face. So 𝘰𝘰𝘯𝘺, maybe 𝘰𝘰𝘯𝘺 is good to buy because 𝘰𝘰𝘯𝘺 is very, very cheap right now. And the best time to buy coins is when everyone is afraid to buy coins. As Buffett says, be greedy when everyone is fearful and be fearful when everyone is greedy. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. We have Jack says, I'm going to be a billionaire in testnet, LMAO. He was talking about a free Pulse.io. Jokey. PulseChain will launch May 24th, 2022. Hopefully you're right. Hopefully it launches sooner, but we don't know. It's supposed to launch May 15th, mid-May, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Paul is back again. He says, PulseChain should 10,000x in about 2 years, bro. And I said, you're probably right. I don't want to sound like a moon boy though. So PulseChain, I predicted that it's going to grow 3,300x in 2 years, but he says that's going to 10,000x. That's what HEX did. So there's no reason why PulseChain can't do the same thing. And then finally we have 𝘰𝘰𝘯𝘦, who says, what's the sacrifice price of Pulse? I sacrificed $12,000 US, and if it does a 100x, The USD value will be by the coin I received. I received around 80 million PulseChain coins. And then I told him that it depends when you sacrifice. But if you sacrifice in the first few days of PulseX, 12,000 USD should give you about 120 million PulseX coins. And this is the same thing for PulseChain. If you sacrifice within the first few days of PulseChain, $12,000 will give you 120 million coins. Okay. Now let's talk about HODPRIL. And HODPRIL is a new strategy. It's the combination of, I would say, my Bonito strategy, video up there, and the Haunted strategy mixed together. Is made by this girl that's really popular in the Hex community. Her name is April. That's where she gets the name HODPRIL from. Combining HODL with April. It's really cool. It's really interesting. Let's play a little bit of the video.
If you could talk me through this or talk everyone through it, and let's get to know how to use the HODPRIL strategy.
Sure. So this chart was made by Hexponential, and of course, Jesse's a mastermind, and we've discussed about these strategies. You start with Pulse, right? You need to open a vault, right? You need a minimum, this is without fees, but minimum of $2,000 USD to open up a vault.
Yeah.
Right. So you connect to the Liquid Loans D app and create a vault by depositing Pulse. After that, remember I was talking about collateralization, how I want to stay above 1,000. That's kind of high, but that's what I personally want to do.
Yep.
Mint 10% of the USD value of your deposited Pulse, in USDL. So mint the USDL, but always stay 1,000% collateralized.
Yep.
Hopefully that makes sense. And then what you're going to do.
To stop you there. Sorry, before we go any further. So if you put 2,000, if you wanted to take a loan for $2,000, how much would you have to put in if you're 1,000% collateralized?
You'd have to put what, 20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the problem right there. That's the problem with being 1,000% collateralized. In order to get $2,000 worth of USDL of the stablecoin, you have to have $20,000 worth of PulseChain that you put in the vault. That's way too high for me. In my Bonito strategy, I try to do 300% collateralized. So in that example, you only need $6,000 worth of PulseChain. Still a lot of money, but it's $6,000 is a lot better than $20,000. Let's continue.
As long as you're 1,000% collateralized, but yeah, it has to be because that's the minimum, right?
Sure.
But that's what I'm going to do.
Cool. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Then you add your USDL to the stability pool, right?
Good.
So that's kind of what it sounds like. Put it in the stability pool, and you will receive from that, from others in the protocol, loan token and Pulse. So when you get Pulse, you'll deposit it back into your vault. So I like to be 1,000% collateralized. That's not required if you want to do something close to the strategy, but that's what I'm doing. And then with the loan you get, stake it. When you stake your loan, you'll get USDL and Pulse, right? So what you want to do is wait for the Pulse to go up in value by 10%, and making you 110% collateralized, right? So your collateralization is going up. And then you mint more.
1,100% collateralized.
Yeah. That's what I meant. And mint more USDL, returning yourself to 1,000% collateralization. So you can bring that back. You're getting more USDL, which is the coin algorithmically tied to $1, in case you forgot. And add it to the stability pool. So you're doing this. Oh, I wish I could point. I wish I had a cursor. You're going back to the stage where you added it to the stability pool.
Yes.
And I guess which is why this graphic, I believe, was made by Hexponential. So thank you. And rinse and repeat.
So the amazing thing about HODPRIL strategy is that she uses every single aspect of the Liquid Loans protocol. She uses the ability to create USDL from putting your PulseChain in the vault, and then you take that USDL and then you put it into the stability pool, and then the stability pool gives you loan token for just putting it in the stability pool, and then also you get PulseChain coins constantly from when people get liquidated when they don't collateralize enough of their loans. You, as a person that puts it in the stability pool, gets PulseChain for free, and then you take that loan and you stake that loan in the staking pool, and then from that staking pool you get USDL when someone puts their PulseChain into the vault, and then you get PulseChain when someone tries to take money out of that vault. So it just constantly uses every single aspect of the liquid loans protocol. And even when PulseChain grows higher in value, she wants you to do the same thing that's in the Haunted strategy, where you then when it goes up 10%, she wants you to put more of your Pulse into the vault and then get USDL out when it grows by 10%, and do that over and over and over forever and ever, because PulseChain is going to continue to grow forever, especially at the beginning. It's going to grow dramatically fast. Let's continue.
Always staying 1000% collateralized. I know this strategy is a little bit heavy on using loan, and some people want to use USDL to get loan and Pulse instead of putting loan in and getting USDL and Pulse. So there are a lot of different strategies, but I really like this one. This is heavy on the loan.
Yeah, so she says that this is very heavy on the loan token because you're using the loan token in multiple areas inside of her strategy. But I don't think it's actually that bad of an idea. I think that it's actually good that she's using every single aspect of the strategy. Like I said before, this is a really good strategy, and that's why I want you to watch this video over here, because I thank you, I love you, and I appreciate you. Let's get this money.